Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys. One thing about me that you guys should understand is that I'm not much of a camper. And by camper, I mean, I don't really go camping much. It's not really my thing, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong. I do love the wilderness and, you know, exploring the wonderful woods and everything, but camping is not for me. And this story, it doesn't have to do with anything with really camping. It's just, you know, a little good backstory on why this story shouldn't have happened in the first place, but ended up happening anyway. Anyways, before I do get into the story, like I always say, make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And on top of that, I'm currently live on Twitch, streaming to you guys live and telling more crazy stories. So I highly advise you guys going to subscribe. And other than that, let's get straight into this insane, crazy story. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy story. So this story takes place back, actually, funny enough, this was right after I finished high school. So this wasn't even during my high school days. This was like literally right after I finished high school. And I remember that, you know, all my friends that were in high school, they all graduated, we all had fun and stuff, and a lot of them were just going out and having fun and doing their own thing, except for this one girl. So out of nowhere, I remember one day I got a Snapchat friend request from this random chick that was in my school. I recognized her name, but I just didn't put a face to it. So I remember I ended up going into the yearbook that we had and seeing that she was actually, funny enough, part of my grad class. Now, I didn't really know much about her and she didn't know much about me, but apparently she had a big crush on me throughout the years and I just never realized it. And I'm surprised she did, because knowing my, you know, reputation of being, you know, the ultimate F-boy that I was and doing the devil's tango with like every single chick, it's pretty awkward. But I remember she ended up adding me on Snapchat and she instantly just started shooting me a DM when I added her back. And when she added me back, she just said, hey, like, what you up to? I didn't really reply at first because, well, you know, I didn't know what to say. But then I ended up sending a snap of my console and she's like, oh, like, you're at home. I mean, yeah, of course I am. Where else would I be? I don't know. Apparently a lot of kids after graduation think they have to go like traveling and doing crazy stuff and preparing for school. When in reality for me, I was still playing video games. Actually, thankfully I was. I wouldn't be a YouTuber if I wasn't. But going on with the story though, me and her, we ended up snapping back and forth to the point where she was very flirtatious with me, and flirtatious to the point where she was just showing me snaps and photos of her. Well, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not really gonna say what it is, YouTube monetization, but peaches and cherries. We're just gonna say that. Now, don't get me wrong, as much as I love seeing peaches and cherry on the daily, this girl was like really into me to the point where she really just wanted to do it. And well, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't. At this time and moment, I was so like in the downhill stage of my life where I was like, oh, like all I do is play video games and everyone's just like doing their crazy careers and stuff. Like, I'm gonna be honest, YouTube for me wasn't really an option back then because, you know, like I said, it was the dream to be a YouTuber. But I remember she ended up keeping snapping me and then she told me something. She's like, hey, like, I was wondering, like, do you want to do like maybe something fun? And I looked at that message and I'm like, wait, what? And then she ended up sending me her phone number. So I remember I ended up calling that phone number and ended up actually being her and not some random spam call number. And she basically explained to me, hey, so like, I understand that you're home a lot and stuff, and I don't know if like you're super busy, but like, I'm going camping soon and I kind of want to bring someone with me. So like, do you want to come? Now, like I said earlier in the beginning of this video, I'm not a person that goes camping. I don't really do camping. I don't know how to camp. It's not really for me. But I remember she was telling me how, you know, she wants to go camping and stuff. And I don't know, at this moment of my life, like I said earlier, I wasn't really doing anything other than playing video games. So I remember I told her, oh yeah, sure. Like, I'm down. Might as well just go camping. So I remember I got all my stuff ready and basically like, you know, we were leaving in like 2 days, she told me. So I got ready. I got all the cool stuff I needed. And I even brought, you know, rubbers to make sure, you know, if we were going to do the devil's tango, I was at least prepared for it. Cause, you know, in my mind, I was like, oh, it's just going to be me and her camping. How bad can it be? So I remember the day of me basically driving to her house and picking her up to go to camping. I saw that her whole family was outside in a big van preparing everything. I remember I was looking around and I'm like, should I even get out of the car? Cause I didn't know what was going on. I remember she comes up to my car and she's like, hey, Bubba, like, we're going to like basically all go together in one car. You can just park your car in front of my driveway. No one will touch it. Wait, what? Your family's coming with us? Is what I wish I said. But I was like, oh, cool. It's gonna be a family vacation that I'm gonna be a part of. The one random person going on this family vacation with all these other people that I literally just met. This is great. It wasn't great. I remember I ended up parking my car. I walked up to their van and basically they were all there staring at me being like, who is this guy? And I remember none of them knew my name and I was gonna introduce myself saying, hi, I'm Bubba. But it ended up happening that she walks up in front of me saying, guys, okay, so this is my boyfriend. His name is Bubba. What? Your boyfriend? We didn't even talk. I don't know. I was like, what? There's no way I have to fake being a boyfriend in front of her parents. And yeah, long story short, I ended up being in a car ride with a bunch of random people that I did not know, including this girl, to be honest. And we all started going camping. At this point, this is like a kidnapping at this point. I don't know. That's what I felt like, at least in the beginning. But then once we got there, we started setting up the tents and stuff. I set up my tent tent, and she set up her tent right beside mine. And on the other side of me was her parents' tent. So things got really awkward real quick, but you know, it is what it is. And obviously, you know, throughout the days, we were doing like camp activities and stuff until it became nighttime. Oh boy. So me not being used to camping, I think the most I did that day was really go to the lake and basically swam and then came back up with this girl. And I started going straight to the showers because luckily enough, there were showers at the campsite. I started going to the showers and I realized that it takes quarters to actually turn on the water and actually take a shower. Now, I don't know how this thing works. So I remember I ended up basically going back to the campsite and asking the girl that invited me over to the first place to, you know, help me out with this. She looks at me, she's like, oh, like, sure, like, I have a ton of quarters we can use. Like, I'll just bring it. So obviously she walks over with me because she also swam in the lake. So, you know, me thinking, oh, she's probably going to take a shower as well. So we go to the showers and I ask for, you know, 3 quarters because I don't know, I think it's like for 10 minutes you get like a quarter. I don't know, it's weird. She looks at me, she's like, oh, okay, like, sure, like, I'll help you set up your shower. So basically she puts the quarters in and I'm like, oh, thank you. And then she leaves the like shower. I start getting undressed, getting ready to take a shower. And then she instantly just comes in the shower with nothing on and wants to do the devil's tango. I looked at her, I'm like, oh, like, sorry, I didn't know you wanted to use this one. And she said, oh, like, no, like, I thought we were gonna like share. Like, we could just share the water. That way we save quarters. Bruh, you're kidding me? It's a quarter. Are you serious right now? That's what I thought in my head, at least, because I didn't know what to do. But then she came close to me, and long story short, we ended up taking a shower, but we didn't actually end up doing the devil's tango. It was just 2 awkward people in the same shower showering. Yeah, I know. It's weird, and you guys are probably thinking, oh, why don't you just do the devil's tango? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who's gonna walk in. I don't know who it will walk in. It's a scare. It freaks me out. So I remember I'm like telling her like, okay, like you need to relax and stuff as I'm putting my towel on after the shower. And she said, oh, like it's fine. I don't mind waiting for you. Huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So anyways, I remember me and her, we ended up going back to the campsite and, you know, we all get ready for bed. I remember her parents ended up going into their giant tent right beside mine and, you know, getting their sleeping bag set up and everything. And I was getting mine ready. And also the girl that invited me in the first place was right beside my tent. So remember, they're like 3 in a row basically, and they're really close to each other. And I remember I start laying down and I start closing my eyes and, you know, basically getting ready to sleep. But then out of nowhere, I hear like a click of a flashlight turn on. And I'm like, what's going on? I open my eyes and I see right beside my tent, I see there's a flashlight. I thought it was maybe one of her parents, like, you know, trying to figure out if they lost something outside or something. I don't know, who knew? But then she ends up unzipping my tent and boom, it was the girl that invited me in the first place. She literally jumps in my tent, zips it up so fast. And she's like, do I have to wait anymore? Oh God. And from there, I would say more of the story, but the thing is that this video is already very long and I didn't want the video to be this long, to be honest. So it looks like I have to make a part 2 for this one. But if you guys do want me to finish this story, make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram if you guys haven't already. And like I always say, follow for more embarrassing stories. All right, peace out, guys.
My name is Baba. I'm still on top of the world. Never take with your mother. Of course, let's go. Should I make it a story? Let's click record. Got that TikTok with 2 mil hit different with some more. She said she love me, she kept. Should I exit for sure? I got